IXOPAY is the leading independent payment orchestrator in the market today. We consider orchestration to be a term that has been used in an inflationary manner in the last couple of months. Certainly, more and more companies start labeling themselves payment orchestrators. Apart from the fact that we are the only profitable orchestrator out there, we are also a pure technology company. We believe strongly that if you have a financial license, if you are a financial institution, if you are involved in the flow of funds during payments, you can, by definition, not be an orchestrator, which is why we're focusing purely on the needs of our direct clients and generating all of our revenues from working with these clients. Absolutely, and I would say that every composition needs its own set of instruments, and the right musicians need to play the right tune at the right time, which is why what we see with some of our clients is that they cannot, for various reasons, work with a single payment service provider, with a single financial institution that covers their needs across the globe, but they need to work with an orchestra of such providers. And we simply act as, if you will, the sheet on which that music is written, and that helps them coordinate the interactions between all of these different players and the different markets that they work in. We also strongly believe that what we're doing is effectively accelerating the unbundling of the payment space, as said, separating the technical aspects of processing from the financial service itself. We give merchants the choice and the ability to quickly add new payment methods, new payment partners, to quickly change payment partners if they have to, and there's many situations that may lead to such situations. So, what has happened in the telecom sector in the late 90s, in the energy sector in the early 2000s, this is what we are doing for payments today. Half of our clients are direct merchants involved in direct-to-consumer sales of physical or digital goods. The other half are white label clients. So they are themselves financial institutions who need a payments platform, a gateway, if you will, to be able to provide payment services to merchants. And what we have found over the years is that the very large merchants effectively want to become their own gateway, their own PSP, if you will. And that's why they need such a platform, whereas many PSPs are focused on obtaining a license, maintaining a license, all of the compliance requirements that come along with that, and choose to outsource the provisioning of a technology platform to a trusted partner like IXOPAY. Artificial intelligence is, of course, a topic that is on everyone's mind, and I believe that we are at the top of the hype curve for this topic. There will be the legendary trough of disillusionment quite soon, and we will start finding productive applications for artificial intelligence and machine learning systems in payments increasingly in the coming years, where machine learning and AI have been established for a very long time, where we see very strong solutions that are already present in the payment landscape is in the domain of fraud, and their machine learning systems are performing in brilliant ways. In other areas of the payments industry, specifically in orchestration, there may be emerging applications at the moment, but the killer application has not yet materialized, even though people have ideas around making automated decisions, for instance, as to routing transactions based on artificial intelligence. We're a little bit careful with such statements. We believe that the data sets needed to train such models need to be complete, need to be rich, and we're not convinced that there are orchestrators out there that have full visibility into the entire payments flow to be able to train such models effectively. Therefore, we're more in a mode where we are experimenting with our data. We are trying to find applications that add value, but we're also careful not to make promises that we can't maintain. Well, I would say that, payments is a very dynamic market. We see a lot of competition amongst payment players. We see new PSPs, new acquirers launching all the time, new payment methods being launched, means of payments changing. And we expect this to continue, to basically the heterogeneous nature of this market to only increase over the coming years. And whenever there is complexity, whenever there are a lot of different options for merchants to accept payments, but also options that customers demand, that will drive complexity on a technical level for merchants that want to grow their own businesses, and that will drive demand for solutions that allow merchants to simplify working with so many methods and providers such as IXOPAY.
Right.
So let's say the dynamics of this market work for us, and we are believers in the internet. We think it's here to stay. We think e-commerce is going to keep growing, and we see a bright future for solutions like ours. A big topic, of course, for such large merchants is the viability of their service providers, because of course an orchestration platform becomes a mission critical system, a single point of failure of sorts for these kind of businesses. If you trust all of your transactions to one supplier, that supplier better perform, not just in a technical level, good uptimes, SLAs and so on, but also commercially. If the company that you select is not viable, does not have a viable business model, the chance that you will have to redo that project in a couple of years, or will find yourself in a situation where suddenly your supplier for a critical system disappears, is quite high. And this is one of the things that we particularly pride ourselves in. We have always been bootstrapped. We never raised any external funds. We have always been financed by our own cash flow, and we are highly profitable. And I think this is one of the things that sets IXOPAY apart from the rest of the pack in this particular niche.